Yo, welcome to PODVIBESWIDASINO. Yeah, on today's episode, we're going to have clean and a very nice one here. Yeah, as I promised you guys, yeah, we are going to do our best to put a spotlight on everybody who is doing great in the community. Yeah, here in the diaspora and back home in Africa. Yeah, and today, before I check my watch, yeah, you know what time it is. Yeah, it is the time for me to talk to the man who is an entrepreneur and then the CEO of Black Excellence. Yeah, he's right here with me. We're going to do a convo with him. Yeah, Mr. Malcolm, nice having you on the show.
Nice being here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been a while now.
In a while, and I need to say, funny background story how we used to know each other already some years ago. I mean, I used to know you like Asino the barber, so you're basically already in this business I'm working with. And for all the people, in case they don't know, he's a really good barber. And I've been also a client some years ago. It was like, when was it again? It was after COVID, just right after, I think.
Yeah, I think around that time.
Yeah, around the time I just passed by. I saw him the first time. I heard a lot of good things, and that was like, I would say, our first contact where we get to know each other.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, I think I feel you. And then it was a plan that time, but then now we are talking about reality here. Yeah, what you planned before has become a reality for us to discuss on this show. Yeah, but fast forward. Yeah, I saw you in the mainstream doing great for yourself, owning this barbershop and stuff in the community, and it's very amazing. Yeah, so would you tell me what inspired this business idea?
Well, that's, I would say, a really good question. I had, like, for over, let's say, 7 or 8 years, this idea to open up something like this. I've, as I said it already before, I've been a client in a lot of different hair salons, barbershops, whatever. And for me, it was always quite hard to find a shop or a salon where I feel really comfortable, where I know, okay, the time spaces are working somehow, it's professional, I feel welcomed.
Yeah.
And there was a point in my life during COVID where I was working like in completely other businesses, and had 3 different jobs, and had always in my mind, okay, you know what, I want to open up a store, a shop who's giving like the Black community also a good effect, and also putting
face,
that's the thing, and also putting the community in a good light. Because in my opinion, like all the other like barbershops or also like hair salons, they've not been on this level where I would say, okay, that's something where everyone feels welcome, everyone feels appreciated, and also giving like this art, also like the right let's say the right power and the right level should be honored. And that was more or less the idea how it started. And then I had a lot of like luck, get to know hairdressers and also barbers. And then it went quite fast, I need to say.
Yeah,
like utilizing it to open up a store, a shop.
Yeah, I think you basically said enough about how it started. Yeah, and then I was at a point in the conversation. I remember when you have to pick me up for another conversation in the same business line. Yeah, and then now, as I said, it's a reality that we are out here talking about.
I need to say I'm really thankful that everything went this fast and also that good, because I mean, I see. Last time I checked it, I had like a really nice appointment with like one online booking system. They were just giving me a little presentation about their product because they wanted me to switch the system. And they said, listen, we have in Berlin over 40,000 barbershops and hair salons, and like I also looked like this. I was like 40,000.
Yeah, very amazing.
Basically, it's something we have here as much as kebab stores, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
So it's quite hard business, but with just like a little bit African American influence, it's something else, a little bit special, and I think that's also the reason why most clients they want to be there.
Yeah. So what gave birth to the name Black excellence. Yeah, like
that's something.
what's
Yeah.
behind?
The background story, it's like a little bit, I would say, sensitive topic, because back in the days, I mean, this Black Excellence movement was something in the States, mostly also from people like Jay-Z, and also more or less Mr. Diddy,
Yes.
who's right now in prison, or having like a lot of problems because of his past. However, he was, or they've been one of the first ones saying, yeah, Black Excellence, Black Excellence.
Yeah.
And it was always a word that came up. And there was, I need to say honest, one point where I also looked it up, and I was like, wait, what is it? What is it exactly? What is exactly?
Yeah.
And then you have like this definition of like people doing something really good in their community, and that's called Black Excellence. For me, I have nowadays, I would say, my own definition of it.
Okay.
I would say it's more like to give a good product. Yes, of course, with like a black background, but everyone is welcomed. It doesn't matter where you're from, if you're African, European, whatever, what sexuality, doesn't matter at all. You're welcome as long as you have respect. And that's the thing, how I'm seeing it nowadays.
Yeah, there you have it, man. So I think you've been in the game for how long? Can you please tell me?
What? Now for 3.5 years. Not 3 years. 3 years in the game. Become quite fast bigger. We started with a small little shop, and we had like, was maybe the working space was, let's say, 30-40 square meters big, so not big at all. It was a really nice, I need to say, really nice location, but not that big. And now, thanks to the landlord of this house, he was always really, really nice and trying to support us. He gave me, or gave us, I mean, I'm doing it not alone. I have my brother who's doing this one as well. Unfortunately, he's not there today. But I'm trying to represent him or us as good as possible. But usually we take all the decisions together. So I'm talking on. So we had the opportunity to get another store shop just next to it. I mean, we needed to renovate it. I was like renovating the last 3 years the whole time. I mean, we're still in the renovation right now, so really exhausting. But we had the opportunity, and we could also combine it. So that means we could open up the walls. That's something I would say you're not seeing so much as often. I would also say.
I've not seen it much over the last years or months, if I should say, because the workload on your shoulders and the same on my side, it's not, pleasant for us to meet often. But would you say, in Berlin, or let's say in Deutschland, Germany here, I think there is this comment out there that bureaucracy over here, talking about personal lives and other business field, people find doing paperwork like very difficult, and
it is.
And it tends some way somehow to affect businesses when you want to get your paperwork done. For me, I think it's a fast check for the country, to control what not to be done, or not to be allowed in the business space. But as a businessman and entrepreneur, what are the most challenges that you face from the early stage of your businesses, and even now, what are you facing?
The biggest, I would say, work you need to put in beside of like the main business means cut hair, that I'm not doing. I'm not a hair stylist, barber, whatever. I'm really just taking care of the store. That means employees, paperwork, everything that you could just imagine doing right now. And I would say the most complicated thing in general is like all the small details you need to take care of. So you start with like the taxes. You need to have the tax ID. Then you need to give all this information to the place taking care of it. Then they ask you, okay, what do you think first here? How much you think you get in? I mean, you at the beginning, you can't say it. You just stand there. They want to have like just some numbers, so they know, okay, what direction is he aiming for? Where is going? Of course, they have a lot of like other stores, so they have like average level, what's usually normal. But I mean, you as a young person, you just stand there, and then you need already to plan a little bit like this. That's, I would say, quite hard, as well as with like all the little rules. I mean, Germany is crazy. We have for everything rules.
I know.
You need to be really sure about it. And small mistakes sometimes can bring you big problems and troubles. And I think that's the reason why maybe most jobs also struggling, because maybe they gave wrong information. And later on, it always comes back. That's how this.
So, do you think this bureaucracy brings like, does it give people encouragement to, to enter into entrepreneurship? Because we have young people who wants to do something.
Definitely.
Is it so frustrating? Or
for sure, I would say yes, because you need to. I mean, you need to have some background information. You need to have a little bit knowledge about it. I mean, I had the chance to study a little bit in this direction. I never finished it, but let's say I know the basic knowledge you need to have. And over this, I also have like my mom, who's supporting me a lot. I need to say she's like really good when it comes to papers, and I mean, she's a teacher, so she basically works with papers, and she knows all the stuff. So she's like a big support when it comes to this. Doing it fully by myself would be hard. Would be possible, but hard. Mostly not filling it out, but sometimes you also need like just a little bit experience, you know.
Yes, and professional.
That's the thing. If you have like, that's something that most people underestimate, is like just life experience. So if you, for example, go somewhere, you give your taxes to a guy who's taking care of it, okay, and you're paying for it. You basically pay for his experience. You pay that he knows how to do it, like, hopefully, but he's the one doing it. I mean, nowadays you can do everything by yourself. I mean, we have programs, you can do it on the computer, you can do it by yourself. But the thing is, you don't have this experience. So the risk to do something wrong or to get in trouble is quite high. So, and that's the thing. So I would say when it comes to just fill out the papers, a lot of people can do it. I don't think that's the big problem. It's more about experience. What strategy are you going? What's the plan? How are you trying to build up the business, and all those things? You need to have a little bit like a personal feeling for it, and experience.
Yeah. So I've come to like the way you're handling your businesses in the community, because I will commend you first of all, to make this one like a successful plan that you had. But one key thing that I would also commend you on is studying the business from afar. You have putting a young guys in that same field who are willing to, to become professional barbers and stuff. Yeah, and then I can list loads of them, like Life of Zorro, Tiger. Yeah, I cannot. I'll keep the rest maybe later. But these young guys are now making it happening. Would you say they are the most reasons why you have several branches all over the community?
Yes, I would say partly yes. I mean, I also support them in other ways. I mean, they, at the end of the day, just stand at the store. They do the clients. They put the work in. But I think there's also a lot of things on the side when it comes to private stuff, family stuff, whatever, where you nowadays, as a boss, you need to take care of. So it's basically more than just give them a place and say, let's go work. It's not like this anymore. It's more about that you really need to help them in like a personal stuff. I mean, most of the hairstylists and barbers, as you said it by yourself, are quite young. So they basically have all the problems I've been through, and you usually have as a young person, young guy, or also a young woman. And I mean, that's something I spend a lot of time with, means helping them, giving them a consultation about something,
orientation,
how I would do it, and that's why I would say yes, they do the work, But on the other hand, I'm also the one who's having their family problems, who's helping them with them and with this, and in general, giving in this ways them something back.
Yeah, I could boldly say you are one of the amazing young entrepreneurs now that in the community. Yeah, because on my visit to some of the cities here in Germany, like people will tell you, if you go to Berlin, you have to visit Black Excellence, and then the name is rising steadily, and then I think it is nice. But would you say along the line, there has been something that you would like had wanted to bring this on board, but because of some reasons have taken them out? Like maybe now you have several branches, but now you want to stay with, let's say, 2 or 4 branches because they are so much for you to handle.
I would say the biggest mistake when it comes to this point that I did, and I think that's what most people do, is they want to do too many different businesses. I would say right now I'm at the point I'm fully focused on this like hair business, let's say like this, because I see that's like such a big potential. It has such a big potential. And I mean, back in the days, I was also importing cars from the States, selling it here, whatever. But all those things, it's like they're completely different and also brings you stress. And I lost a little bit the focus sometimes on my main business, the thing that works quite good, because I put my head in other businesses. I put my head in this and this and this. So basically, I would say the most important thing you can do is just have the focus on one thing and then just go for it and try to put everything in. Then chasing 2, 3 other businesses, saying, okay, I will have this as like a side hustle. No, I would say put your focus fully in.
Yeah.
Give you like a time stamp, say, okay, you know what? I do it now for 2 years. I go all in and then we see what comes out. I think that's always the best mindset and the best way to figure out if you succeed or not,
Yeah. So knowing that you are not interested in having a business line aside these shops, would you one day say you would have an academy of barbers that you would want to train? Just under the name Black Excellence?
Yeah, that's something I really have in my mind, yes, but a little bit different because right now we have also like a master of hair, whatever. So something you also need to have if you want to do it on a bigger level. And with this one, like a goal that I'm having in my mind is to work with the country together, to give maybe the possibility to teach people officially, like after school, whatever, in our store. And teach them. And if you want to call it an academy, then yes, then this one would probably be an academy.
Academy.
Yeah. But it's something, yes, I would like to do because I need to say the potential when it comes to the younger generation is really, really, really big. Most of them having problems with the focus, but I think when it comes just to the potential, the talent, it's crazy. So I think if it's working like this and I give them the opportunity, I think most of them, they will really become really, really, really good hairstylists, barbers.
I think one point that I would also like to know, looking at the inflow of clients in the shop, like it keeps increasing. It keeps increasing. Would you say there are some famous people who also come often at to patronize your services? Or
yes, and the nice thing with this one is that's something I also think quite often about is they just come because they convince with the product. That means, I mean, you can always invite influencers, however you want to call it. You can invite them and say, you know what, you get your haircut for free. Just be here and please be so kind and do a video. I mean, you know what I mean? You can always do it. We also did it at the beginning. I need to say it open. I mean, they always paid, but of course they got like a discount and whatever.
Yeah.
But still, the people, the famous people, and they just come because they feel okay. The product is good. I'm convinced. I want to have my haircut here in this store, and that's something that makes me, for example, happy because I'm not a big fan of buying like traffic of buying people in. So all other people think, oh, nice, that's such a nice salon because those people been here. For me, I'm not a big fan of it. I say, if you like it, just come. If you don't like it, go somewhere else where you like it. That's how it should be, you know, because that's for me the best advertisement you can have. The best advertisement is someone says from inside themselves, says, okay, you know what, this store is something that I'm really appreciating. I think the quality there is really good. And that's something I'm always like mostly chasing for. And then for me, I don't care if it's like a celeb or just a normal person. At the end of the day, everyone is a normal person. Some other people have the possibility to maybe earn money with Instagram, earn money with music, earn money with something they love to do, you know? I mean, I'm also one of this person. I do something that I love to do. So I'm really, really, really happy about it and thankful. So basically,
that is it. Yeah. So, aside having these businesses at hand that you're running, would you say on your normal day, if you're not working, you do something else?
No, I work. The thing is, I'm every day thinking about my business. I'm always having things in my mind that I want to change, that I want to do better. And right now, I hope that maybe in a few years it will be less because right now it's still a lot that I really want to change, and where I say, okay, that's not good enough right now. Or that's maybe good enough for now, but later on we need to change something. And that's the thing. So I'm basically working every day. On Sunday is always the day where I'm doing papers because that's the day where we close, so I can just relax and do it really, really chilled. Other than that, I get sometimes a call already at 9 or 10 where people ask me or whatever. So I'm doing it 24/7. But for me, it's also like that's my life, you know. I think you need to live.
You need to push hard for this business to be on the grind.
And you need to love it, and that's basically what I do. I love to do this work. I really love to work with the people. I really do, and that's why for me it doesn't feel like so much work. You know what I mean? I mean, I worked in healthcare. There was something else. I was like, where I was really checking the time. I was like, oh fuck, okay, I need to. I need to leave now.
Sometimes, it happens like that. So, talking about you not getting interested in other stuff, but you are convinced and even okay having working every day now and then. Would you say blending this work with family issues is a problem, or your personal life is a problem, or it is okay like that?
I would say always, yes. I mean, there's on one hand me as like a store owner, yes, and when I'm store owner, all the time when I'm in the store, I need to be on a certain professional level, so I don't try to bring my personal stuff with me. But still, like I mean, of course, I'm having stress at home. I'm having discussions at home. I'm having this. I'm having this. I just try to, you know, like for me, I've found a way to calm myself down. That's like gym, for example. I try to work out 5-6 times a week or go to the sauna, spa, whatever, to calm down, to give my body a little bit something else, because other than that, I'm the whole day in my head. But still, of course, like I'm having my personal problems, but the only thing I try to do, I don't want to stress my business with my personal stuff. So I really have this cut inside and say, okay, you know what? Now you go in the store and what happens outside is outside. Leave it alone. Go in and try to be professional. That's how I'm hopefully doing.
I think that is let's say on an individual perspective, like you can personally manage how to differentiate between personal life and business life. But aside that, would you like to, let's say, as it may, advise the young ones who are coming to say it is a growing industry, so people can venture into it? As to say, the barbershop is somewhere people can invest in it. they should not look down?
I see it like this, that the barbershop is like will be the new hair salon. So right now we have a little change in this industry. So the normal hair salon is not working that good anymore because people, first of all, maybe not having the money anymore. It's quite expensive compared to like a barber, and they also maybe enjoy this like community feeling, this like in general more chilled atmosphere. I mean, usually when I went to hair salon, you go in, people not saying hello, you just stand there, you don't know what to do, you feel a little bit uncomfortable. With us, you just come in, we have a receptionist who's like showing you where to go, who's showing you the barber, and you have a lot of different people, different ages, different I don't know cultures, and we have everything mixed together. So I think it's more than also like just hair salon. It's I'd say it's like
Community.
it's like a big community. It's like a club where you can just sit inside, talk with other people. And I really often saw, for example, that we had then the football player sitting on one chair next to like maybe a fan of him, and they start talking, and that's everything on, I would say, quite really like chill level. It's not like in other stores where you say, okay, now here's a football player, so he needs to be in a VIP room and everyone else needs to go out. I don't like it, you know. So, and I think this frequency is something people really appreciate, and that's why I would say that's the future. I don't think that the hair salons like the big ones, of course, they will stay, but the smaller ones, either they convert and say, okay, we change a little bit our our
model of
operation, yes, or we need to close down, and that's the thing. So of course, it makes sense to invest. But there are like a lot of different ways. It doesn't need to be a shop. You can also say, for example, we do products. We do like there's a lot of things when it comes to this. There's a big gap right now. And I think people they're really interested in. They can always find something.
So would you finally tell us that you have now come to a conclusion to deal with salons only? But before I knew you to be like a fan of driving cars. That is on a personal level. What car do you expect to own in the next few years? Because before you used to have these sport cars and stuff. Would you say your taste has changed because now you're a manager to a business, or you still? This is on the personal.
The best thing with my business is that like when it comes to cars and everything, I can drive what I want to drive. Like that's something I don't really like so much in Germany, that you always need to take care of, okay, what is he thinking about me? What does the neighbor, what's with him if I'm buying this car? For me, like I buy the car that I think makes sense for me right now, depending on a lot of things, depending on my life. Means, do I have like family? Do I have kids? Is it like the aesthetic of the car that I like? And is it probably like a label or something important that I want to have? You know, so basically nothing changed. Right now,
it's a normal life.
You know, it's a normal life. Yes, of course. Like maybe one day it would be nice owning a Ferrari or something like this. That's something where I always say like, well, that's always let's say sign of really good working business. But
that is a sign of success.
Some of the day. Do I really need it? I mean, I'm a quite comfortable, chilled guy, and then something like this. I don't know, but maybe.
Mr. Michael, I think you've said enough about how the business is growing, and then the input you've put in. I think it is worth it, and then it is amazing. You are having the returns back, and then the name Black Excellence is all over the space. And then I think I have to commend you for that, and then I love it. So I think I would urge any young person who is also having this vision to push it to become a reality, because you are one of the testimony like people should look up to. I think over here in Berlin, Black Excellence is like all over. People are talking about it. So
just think whatever you have in your mind, just go for it. Like it's the only thing most people, I think a lot of young people will see this one. I will also upload it like on our Instagram so the clients can see it, all the younger ones. And I think just go for it. If you have something in your mind and you say, okay,
Yeah.
you know what, I want to build up this, go for it. Don't try to search for excuses, just go for it and give 110%, and then you will always get something out of it. Maybe not the result that you have in your mind right now, but who says that it's something worse or less good as the thing you have in your mind.
Okay. Mr. Michael, thanks for this advice to the young ones. And then I would also use this opportunity to say thanks for passing through. This is a platform that we made to put a spotlight on every young person who is doing great in the community, as I will always say. Yeah. So we will keep on pushing, and then whoever who thinks he's doing great in any corner should write us, follow the DM, and then you can, reach us anywhere on the social media platform, and then we will have a chit chat on whatever you're doing out there. We put you on the spot to explain more. Mr. Malcolm, once again, thank you for having on there.
Thanks for having me, and don't forget to just follow, I don't know, all those things that matters. So the video is an Instagram feed upright.
Sure. All right. Thanks for having me again. Yeah. So viewers, there you have it. This is Mr. Malcolm. Yeah, the CEO of Black Excellence here in Berlin. Yeah, and then you know what time it is. You have to go to his office and then patronize the service. And then I'm still Asino on PodVibe with Asino. Just share the link, subscribe, and do the needful. I'm out.